How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Just Jared Gaming. My name is in fact Just Jared, but you guys can just call me Jared. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you guys my Horizon Zero Dawn first impressions. I played about 5 hours of the game. I finished the proving mission, and I just want to talk about all the things that I'm enjoying so far, some of the things that are a little weird for me, but we're going to get into the first impressions, and I want to share with you guys what I think, and then you guys can share with me what you guys think down in the comments below. So let's get started. I do want to say, before I get started, that there are minor spoilers ahead, just minor, so don't worry about anything crazy, but if you haven't played the game, there is minor spoilers. First off, we're going to be talking about the story. The story is freaking amazing. It grabs you right from the start, the mystery of like the machines, how they came to be, the metal world, what happened to the people before, all just included in one, storyline right from the get-go, plus the story with Aloy, who's her mother, all this stuff is just, it's insanely addicting to learn about what is actually happening in the world of Horizon Zero Dawn, so it's great. The story is just phenomenal. Even early on, I can sense that. Now, almost instantly, I felt an emotional bond with Aloy and Rost, which is her father figure, basically, right after the beginning cutscene. They did the beginning cutscene awesomely, where it kind of opened up into what Horizon Zero Dawn is. Congrats on Guerrilla Games for just this entire game so far. It is just mind-blowing how good it is. I wasn't sure going into it exactly how I would like it, but oh my gosh, there's so much to talk about. We're gonna keep going. Now, the first part of the game, you kind of play as Aloy when she's 6 years old. That part of the game is fantastic, and it builds the story up like insanely well. You get to kind of see her grow in a way and explore, what she ends up coming across. And you kind of see the bond between her and Rost when she's 6 years old, and then it kind of gives you this cutscene where she's kind of growing older and training and things like that. Awesome way to start off the game. I spent a long time in that first mission just in awe at what was happening. I was actually getting chills watching the cutscenes and seeing small tidbits of the story unfold right off the beginning, and honestly, I started tearing up a bit early on, getting emotional. That early in a game is crazy, okay? That's insanely good. That's just awesome. I don't think I've gotten emotional that early in a game ever. You can really feel the connection to the characters, and that's really good, especially for a game like this that really focuses heavy on story. So I cannot wait to delve more into exactly what the hell is happening in this game. Now, in Horizon, you're able to choose certain dialogue options when they are presented to you. Now, when this happens, you basically get like 3 choices of dialogue options. Basically, those boil down into like 3 responses. You have like an angry or intimidating response, then you've got like a loving, caring response, and you got like a smart or logical response. Now, in every game up to this point, I always play like the super good guy, like the crazy good hero. I'm super loyal, super kind, never angry or like, punching people in the face in Mass Effect, things like that. But this game, I don't know what it is. Bravo to Guerrilla Games for creating just such an immersive atmosphere in Horizon. The way other characters talk to Aloy, or lack thereof in this game, really hit me hard. Since she was shunned out of her tribe at birth, everybody basically was taught to hate her and treat her terribly, even as just a little girl. Now, even as the game was just beginning to build up this common theme that I experienced, I was just so pissed at these characters, right? For treating me like just trash. I even went totally against my norm and chose some anger or intimidating dialogue options when dealing with these stupid ass characters. I'm telling you, they really get into your skin. They get right under your skin in this game, especially just right off the bat when you realize that Aloy's an outcast. People aren't allowed to talk to you. It's against the law, blah blah blah. But then you get these people who do talk to you, but they're just mean, super rude, super crude, super pissed with you just for being an outcast. And some of the things they say, some of the things they do early on in the game, man, they really got my blood boiling. I'm telling you that, because I was responding with some dark answers, okay, dark responses, which I never do in games. I'm always the good guy, the loyal, just the perfect morality guy. So yeah, it's very cool. I'm actually kind of proud that it's changing the way I kind of play, because this kind of just it allows me to mold my character in a different way that actually makes sense, rather than in some games when you have like choices where you can be like super crude or super mean, but there isn't really a reason behind it, whereas this, there's just a definite reason, because you're just treated terribly. So I can pick these mean responses rather than just choosing them because for the sake that they're actually there as a choice. So, story, phenomenal so far. Can't wait to jump back in right after I'm done recording this. That's exactly where I'm going. Let's talk about the gameplay for a second. So, running around as Aloy, climbing, firing arrows, setting up traps, tripcaster wires, being stealthy, all feels super fluid, and I adore it for that. It's so good. I rarely ever play games stealthy. I never do. I'm more of a run and gun type of guy. Even in Assassin's Creed, when it's a stealth game, I'm run and gun. I don't care. I don't have the patience for stealth a lot of times, but I freaking love it in this game. In Horizon, stealth is amazing. It feels so good when you like successfully take out a bunch of watchers, a bunch of scrappers, all while sneaking around using silent strikes and just luring enemies to you. Even taking down striders are fun, which are basically like the horse type machines, because if you startle them or you alert them in any way, they stampede off into traps that you could have intelligently placed around, or if anything, they work as just a perfect practice for moving target bow shots, which is awesome when you actually hit those perfectly. Using the slowdown time mechanic when you actually get that skill timing with your bow shots, as well as jumping in the air and being able to slow down time when you're shooting your bow, is epic. It feels so cool to take down these machines. I definitely encourage you guys to turn up the volume super loud if you can handle it, because just hearing just the crunching of the metal and the screeches from the machines and just everything working together at once in the nature, in the wilderness, it sounds so good. And honestly, it only gets better. Early on, you're kind of forced to fight a sawtooth, which is a giant machine, a machine you've never seen before, taking it down using all the tricks you've learned from the beginning of the game. It just feels awesome. Even though my encounter with the sawtooth basically didn't go anywhere close to how I planned it to go, it was super messy, but still, when I was just ripping parts out of its body, looting it like crazy, I felt like a badass. So don't get me wrong, it definitely does. When you read the reviews and they say, hey, when you take down enemies in this game, it feels amazing. It does. I didn't really understand how, I didn't really believe it that much because I've killed enemies in tons of games, but this feels just astonishing. Now, the only faults I have with the combat or the gameplay is the melee attacks. They kind of seem a little slow, and because of that, they're super hard to land because of the speed of the machines. That's a little bit of a bummer, but also fighting humans is kind of part of Horizon as well. You're not just fighting machines, there are humans that you have to attack, different tribes, and it's just not that exciting. I've only encountered humans to fight once so far, but I just wanted it to kind of be over so I can go and fight more machines and loot them and get better, items, things like that. But maybe these things get better and more like intricate over the course of the game, so I have hope for that, but these faults definitely don't kill the game for me in any way. They're just minor. I wanted to point out some minor things. I didn't want to just say, this game is absolutely perfect, there's nothing wrong with it, go buy it now. There is some things that I wish were a little different, but maybe they'll get better along the way. Now, as far as looting, foraging, and crafting goes, trading, all that, everything's great. Doesn't feel like a chore, looking for like different plants to fill your med kit things. Doesn't feel like a chore to get different crafting materials. All the menus are easily understandable, easily navigated, and work pretty well. The crafting and the menus kind of remind me a bit of Far Cry when it comes to that, but that's not a bad thing, it's just something to kind of relate it to. All the machines seem to offer a steady slate of loot when they are downed, from metal scraps, which is the currency in Horizon, to crafting materials and modifications for your armor and weapon slots. So loot is definitely there in the game. I was kind of hesitant on that early on, or at least back when we didn't know as much about Horizon Zero Dawn. I was kind of wary on loot and how much would be in it, because it kind of seemed more like an upgrading system, kind of like Far Cry, but there's definitely loot in the game, there's definitely rarities, there's a lot of trading, things like that, so it's really cool as far as loot goes. Also, taking down machines in various ways, like shooting canisters off of them, actually allow you to loot those canisters, which is a cool mechanic as well. Now let's talk about the visuals, okay? The visuals in Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm sure you've heard it somewhere. Holy crap. Okay, wow. Just wow. The visuals are insane. it's got to be close to best graphics I've seen in a game. Right there with Uncharted 4. Uncharted 4 was amazing, but this is just, you know, different. Obviously, it's more sci-fi than Uncharted 4, crazy more sci-fi than Uncharted 4. It just looks phenomenal. There is an insanely cool photo mode in this game. I don't know why other games don't have photo mode like this, but it's amazing. The reason the first mission where you play a 6-year-old Aloy, the reason it took me ages to finish it was because I discovered the photo mode. I knew there was one, I heard about it, and I was like, well, let's see how it works. Oh my gosh, you can change the brightness. Basically, you pause the game, you go to photo mode, and it puts you right where you paused it, at a screen, gives you all these options, okay? You can change the brightness, you can change the color, you can colorize it, you can move the camera anywhere you want in the area or the vicinity your character is in, so you can look behind you and take pictures, you can look all around, you can move completely the camera everywhere, you can rotate the screen, you can remove the player entirely, you can adjust the depth of field, add frames, borders, logos, adjust the focus. Tons to do with the photo mode. That's just insane. I just sat there every time I seen something cool, like a cool light like shining into a dark room in the beginning, and I was like, whoa, I need to capture that. I just sat there for 20 minutes, adjusting everything, making it look really nice, really different, kind of with a different style or take on the picture. Awesome. I don't know, it's just so fun. I love taking pictures in games. I don't know why, but it's such a cool mechanic in Horizon Zero Dawn. It works very, very well. So yeah, the graphics, the visuals are just overwhelmingly stunning. Like it's really good. You have to see it to believe it. I'm sure on the PlayStation 4 Pro, it's even better. I don't have a Pro, I'm just playing on a regular PlayStation 4, but it's still utterly fantastic. So, there is my first impressions. I'll be coming at you guys soon with a tips video for starting out on Horizon Zero Dawn, and even more future Horizon Zero Dawn coverage, so make sure to subscribe if you're interested in that. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and let me know down in the comments how you guys are enjoying Horizon Zero Dawn. I am just absolutely loving it. If you guys agree or disagree with anything that I said in this video, make sure to let me know. I want to know what your guys' opinions are and what you guys think of the game so far. It's fantastic. Let's try to keep the spoilers kind of to a minimum though, if at all possible. I don't want to be spoiled. I know other people haven't played the game yet. They don't want to be spoiled. But oh my gosh, I just can't stop, you know, thinking about this game. I played it last night and I was like, I gotta sleep on this and then make a video in the morning and record it for you guys. And it's just phenomenal. Even after just playing it, even after sleeping, it's still great. It's still, I'm gonna go play it right now, so I'm gonna end this video. I just hope you guys have a good day. Hope you guys have a fantastic day playing Horizon Zero Dawn. Until next time, peace out.